everyone. Raelene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Wow, here we are. We're just on a new moon. How exciting. New moon in Gemini. So it's very expansive. It's an air sign, so it's very mental. Lots of new ideas could be happening. And the negative is lots of overthinking and lots of worrying. So, we're halfway through the year, nearly halfway through the year, heading for the solstice, which is the halfway point. It's always a beautiful celebratory time. That's my favourite time of the year. So, what are we doing for June? What's our theme? What's our intention? What's our goal? What's our thing that we want to work through or become more of? And I was listening to this really beautiful podcast the other day. And the person speaking, who I hold in very high esteem, said something so profound and so beautiful, and I'm going to share it. Her words were, spend time daily breathing in purity, which is another word for love. For me, I find, and this is only me, I find the whole unconditional love concept too, I don't know, it just feels a bit overused without real meaning. So I like to go to purity, pure love or purity. So when I heard this speaker say, breathe in purity and exhale universal light. Oh my God, my heart's saying, breathe in purity, exhale universal light. Wow. Do that for a few minutes each day. The world at the moment, I put a little post out yesterday, the world is craving right now. It's craving peace and integrity and truth and unity. And I can only really achieve that or feel that or become that when we start doing that in ourselves. That's our own medicine. We need to choose that for ourselves. So just for 2 or 3 minutes a day, even if you're out walking or driving, just breathe in the purity and exhale universal light. What a beautiful contribution, what a beautiful action, what a beautiful intention. So I have a caller here. I missed the name, but it's from Iowa. Joni from Iowa. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fabulous. What can I do to help you or support you or give you some guidance with, perhaps?
Some guidance would be good, I think.
Guidance?
Yes.
Okay. Radio. Do you have a theme or just general guidance?
General, please.
Okay, beautiful. Well, I do this thing on new moons. I do a new moon read for people, and I work with the elements of creation, earth, air, fire, water. So, the earth element represents where you're at right now. The water element represents what you might need to think about, releasing, healing, or to get back into flow. The fire element is an action to take or not. And the air element represents what you're expanding towards or what's expanding towards you. So I feel that this is a really good time because the new moons is when we can invite new things in, new beginnings. We start to reassess what we want to put our energy and our intentions and our feelings towards for the next couple of weeks. So let's see what's coming up here for you. So Joni, calling upon the lineage of healers and ancient healers, the lineage of mystics and mysticism, and the wisdom of the universe to bring through practical, doable, relatable, understandable information for Joni as a general overview for this new moon moving forward. Here we go. Joni, Earth. I'll turn them over in a minute. Joni, Water. Joni, Fire. And Joni, Air. Well, that was a clear one. So we're going to turn the first one over. Activation. So I really love this image. If you can see it, you can see this hand with a heart on it and light coming out of it. And there's a baby in utero here. So what that says to me is your life is in your own hands. You've got to make some decisions and choices and start taking action towards them, even if the action is writing down a plan, even if the action is doing something new each day. So right now, it's like there's something that you want to maybe bring to life or put some energy towards, but it's not going to happen until you actually start taking steps. So your life is in your hands. You've got to make choices and decisions. That's where you're at right now. The water energy here for you is the healing is the open heart. And I love this because I always see this redness here at the heart as a courageous heart. So this is about keeping your heart open to yourself. This is, releasing some hard criticisms or some hard judgments or some really niggly doubts. It's like, you know what, there's something else in me that's stronger, braver, brighter, more attuned and knows more. And I need to tune into that and listen and take action from that. So this is about keeping your heart open to yourself, which means you keep your heart open to life. And when we have that beautiful exchange, things start to flow in a really gorgeous and generous way. And I'll give you a little tip here. And this is something that really helps us with life bringing more things to us in a generous and benevolent way, is to some point of each day very sincerely pause, take a breath and say out loud, I really love the life I'm living and creating as I grow forward. And with that sincerity, you start to develop a lot more appreciation energy in your field. And then life wants to give you more because you're loving what's happening, you're loving what's coming. Even if it's a really difficult time, we've got to keep our heart open. So this is your, that keeps you in flow and it keeps things moving. The fire energy here for you, this is so good. The action is gratitude. Gratitude. And that's interesting because I've just talked a little bit about appreciation. So gratitude is the key to abundance. It's a very, very high energy. It's a very, very high frequency. And, a lot of people spend a lot of time, and this is just me, and you can agree or not, that's fine. This is what I've found in my experience. A lot of people spend time at the end of a day perhaps writing out, 5 things I'm grateful for today. For me, that's too mental. It's a mental process. I'm not feeling it. I have to think about it. But if you can pause through the day, like I just said with that, I love the life I'm living, and breathe in just for a moment on an in-breath, what am I grateful for right now? And then open your eyes and look around, pick one thing in that world and say, I'm really grateful for blah, 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 blah. What you're doing is you are cultivating the gratitude feeling. When we have the feeling happening, that's when the magic happens. And when you do that at random times through the day, 5 times a day, 10 times a day, whatever, random, takes less than 10 seconds. What you're doing is you're building the gratitude frequency in your field by compound interest. You keep adding and adding and adding, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a very simple technique, but it's one that you feel. And when we feel it, we become it. Mm-hmm. And the last thing here is oh my God, your, this is beautiful, your expansiveness, the air element. It says protection. I don't like the word protection. Here I am. I'm talking about me. Sorry about that. But I think protection, when we start protecting ourselves, what we're actually saying is, I believe something outside of me is more powerful than me. And after all my years and all the stuff I've done, there's no way I can ever believe that. We are our own light. We are our own power source. So instead of protecting yourself, stand in your own light. This means, and this is also very expansive, and it feels very strong for your solar plexus. So it feels like a real confidence boost for you. Protection makes us feel on guard and oh, I've got to be careful here. Whereas today I stand in my light, that becomes your force field. And you don't have to worry about what you're protecting yourself from, because your light is the communication. And one of the universal truths that people forget is nothing and nobody can do anything to you unless you give them permission. So if you're working on standing in your light, your force field is in place. You get to decide who or what plays in that energy. So that's your general overview. I hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for asking for support. Go and stand in your light and shine out and be grateful and have some appreciation, love the life you're living, and watch things change. It's all very simple.
Awesome.
All very simple.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So there we go. That's the type of thing I do often on new moons. I do have it on my website if anyone's interested. Plus you get a half-hour session on Zoom with me each month to do any tweaking, any energy work, any deeper investigation of anything that's come up for you in that new moon time. So, coming to that new moon, so for anyone who is into this stuff, um, you probably wouldn't be on this station if you weren't. It's a really, really good time to pause. New moons and full moons, solstices and equinoxes, they're all really beautiful times to just pause, to check in with yourself. Where am I at? Where am I going? What's working for me? What isn't working for me? What is something new I can aim for or try or cultivate in my life? What is the thing I would really like to focus on in the next week or 2 weeks? How do I think that will affect my life? How do I think that will help me in my growth forward? So, these beautiful universal cyclic moments are gifts where the universal energy is supporting us in that moment of pause and that moment of quiet inner reflection to tap in and to make choices and decisions, what we're stepping towards or what we're letting go of. So make a point in the next day or two with this beautiful new moon energy, which is in Gemini. So it is a very, it's an air sign, so it's very mental and it's very busy. Spend time sitting in that for yourself. What inspirations can you tap into? What is coming through to you? We've got a lot this year. This has been a very big year for people making changes, rapid changes, big life changes. And I'm seeing it everywhere around me. I mean, I have as well. And we're seeing it in the greater picture of the world. There's all these revelations and all this conflict and all this separation that keeps having light shone on it. For us to look at it and go, that's not how we're meant to be. That's not what humanity's moral fiber is. We're together. We're supposed to help and support each other. And, there's so much fighting and separation. So we set intentions for, as I said before, breathe in the purity, which is the source love. Breathe it in. And from your own heart, exhale universal light. The more we can do that, the more we're lighting up our own self and the world around us. And we start to inspire people just through us being who we are to want things to be a little bit better or a little bit different, and we start to make different choices. It is up to us. Nobody's coming to rescue us. Nobody. We have to do it for ourselves. So take this new moon to set an intention for yourself and the world and humanity, and then spend some time really honouring that and sending the light towards it. So thank you very much. Come and visit me on my website, raelenebyrne.com, Medicine for Your Spirit. How can I help? Let me know. Bye for now.